compromise and finally get our immigration system nailed down, because it's a mess right now. It's just an awful mess for so many people, and I think it's a black eye for our country to see what's going on at the southern border.
That was Senator Mitt Romney back in August 2019, talking to ABC4 News about his views on our country's immigration system. On Friday, the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Agency announced new changes to the civics test that will have 25% more items to study and require applicants to get double the amount of questions right to pass. Welcome to our next segment of our In Focus discussion tonight, changes to the U.S. Citizenship test. According to the nonpartisan Migration Policy Institute, these changes could triple the amount of time it takes to test applicants and could reduce the efficiency of the already struggling immigration backlog. Joining us live in studio now is Dorany Rodriguez-Baltazar, a local immigration attorney. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We're glad to have you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, so you've been practicing immigration law for more than 2 decades. Let's talk about how the last 4 years has been for you in working with your clients. And I ask this because President Trump has cracked down on immigration with his administration, issuing more than 400 executive actions that have dramatically reshaped America's immigration system. How has the last 4 years been?
It's been really difficult, in all honesty. You know, I've been practicing for over 26 years now, and you know, the situation is that a lot of our clients, they're just so scared. I think that's the word I should use. There's been so many changes, and I'm talking about changes that it's from one day to the other. One day we wake up and there's something going on, we go to bed, and the next morning is completely different. So I think a lot of our clients, they just feel the uncertainty, they are scared, things are more difficult than they used to be, and there's a lot more hurdles that we have to go through to help our clients at this time.
Now, we've interviewed you quite a few times about some of those new changes and rules that will impact our immigrant community. What are some of the challenges or difficulties or barriers that your clients have faced in the past few years?
Again, it's the same thing. We tell them one thing today, and then tomorrow we have to go ahead and say, hey, never mind. What we told you, that's not going to happen. For example, with the public charge rule that was, it was supposed to start in February, it was stopped, there was an injunction against it. Then again, a couple weeks ago, they said, now you have to submit evidence. So again, uncertainty, us not being able to tell our clients, this is what's happening right now, this is how long it's going to take, these are the steps you have to take. We are just not 100% certain because there are more requirements every day and, changes in the law daily.
Yeah, and that's just on top of being able to afford the fees. That's on top of, learning English as a second language, preparing for that citizenship test. Speaking of the test, did you get a chance to look at the new changes made to the U.S. citizenship test? And if so, what do you think about the new additions?
Well, I mean, there's 28 more questions. They're going to come into effect on December 1st. It's going to be more stressful for our clients. They're just going to be a little more, they have to study more. There are questions that they have changed. If they haven't changed the question, they've changed the answer that they're expecting from our clients. And then new questions that were never before as part of the test. Also, there have been changes on how many questions they could have correct before they can stop with the test. Now they have to answer all 20 questions instead of 6. Before, if there were 10 questions, if they answered 6, that was it. They would stop the test and say, congratulations, you passed. Now, even if they pass all 12 questions, which is 60% of the test, they still have to go ahead and answer all 20 questions. So again, like the lady that was, talking before, it's a lot of stress for them. There's people that this is their second or third language, and there's a lot of barriers for them.
I'm trying to see this from the other side. Why do you think USCIS decided to implement these changes? Are there any benefits?
Well, as you read what they're saying we just want our new citizens to be completely familiar with the U.S. government, understand a lot of the, laws, changes, politics, in the U.S. But in all honesty, if you were to take that test and administer that test to a U.S. citizen, somebody that was born and raised in the U.S., most likely they wouldn't be able to answer all 128 of those questions.
I certainly can't. I looked at the list. And I'm like, I certainly can't. Okay, real quick, I've got two questions I really want to ask you. We've got a minute left. First, last question. Can this decision be reversed once the Biden administration takes over in January 2021? If these changes really are as bad as they seem to be, could it be reversed?
As of today, nothing has been said that that's going to happen. They would have, the new administration would have to go and make sure if they follow all the procedures from the APA. And if they didn't, I'm sure they're going to go to the courts and they're going to say that that was not done correctly. However, this was announced back in 2019. And, as of today, like I said, nothing has been said about it.
What I really want to get to is, in your opinion, you've been doing this for about 26 years. What needs to be done to make our country's immigration system better? What would you like to see happen in the next 5 to 10 years?
You know what? There has to be changes. Our laws are old. They don't, meet the needs of our country. They have to be revised. They have to understand the needs of our people. They have to understand that there's people that come to the United States that, for reasons that are important, like seeking asylum. Those things have to be, revised. They have to be reviewed, having in mind the needs not only of the citizens, of the aliens that are coming to the States, but of our people, the U.S. Economy, the U.S. Culture, everybody. And I think if we do that, there has to be changes, and I'm hopeful, very hopeful, that things are going to happen.
Well, thank you so much for your work. You've been doing this for 26 years, impacted a lot of people's lives. Folks, that was Dorany Rodriguez-Baltazar, a local immigration attorney. Thank you so much for being here tonight. We really enjoyed having you.
Thank you.